The biggest problem that people go through in manifesting is not being able to overcome doubt. I've been manifesting for the past 2 years now, and I remember at the beginning of my journey when I decided to get into manifestation, to manifest money into my life, it took me 6 months to find any results. And it wasn't because I wasn't using the right manifestation techniques or I wasn't visualizing the right way. It was because every time I took one step forward, doubt would take me 10 steps backwards. And as I was studying manifestation, I got to understand that the reason why people go through doubt is because people do not understand their role in creation. People think that just because they are gifted with the ability to manifest and the ability to create their own destiny means they need to have control over every aspect of their manifestation. And that right there is the main reason why people always find disappointments with their manifestations. And that is because they always try to control everything, from picking the goal to making sure every single thing that comes after picking the goal is unfolded their way. And let me tell you my experience with that. Back in 2022, when I decided to leave a job that paid me well, I was making enough money working in sales. I made $11,000 by the third month of me being on the job. But instead of me continuing in that job, I decided to leave the job to do my own thing. I was like, you know what? I know I have the capabilities to do more in my life. I wanted to make more money and I wanted to have things unfold in my own terms. So I left that job with the hopes to manifest a business that brings me good money. So what I decided to do is start a business that did not require any capital upfront. You know, in the online space, you can really start and do anything with zero to little money. And the business that I decided to start was an advertising agency. I was like, you know what? If I could just pick one service and sell it to businesses, I can make a lot of money from it. And in my mind, I was like, all I need is a business name, a logo, a LinkedIn profile, a professional email, and off I go. And every day I would find business owners in many different sectors. You know, I wasn't focused on a specific sector. I was just really dabbling around with all industries. I would just go on Google, type in businesses in that zone, and I would just export all the emails and all the phone numbers. And then I would create sales scripts and email scripts and SMS scripts. And I would just DM, call, and just hit up all the people that I could come across. And for 6 months straight, that's what I did on a day-to-day basis. And bear in mind, I'm using all the manifestation techniques alongside the action that I'm taking that are supposed to bring what I want into existence. And every single day, instead of me seeing any kind of progress, I would always get the complete opposite outcome. And I didn't really understand why that was happening until eventually I was down to my last $50. You know, I had like a few $100s. It was like anywhere from $100 to $300 is what I had to my name. And I used that money to kind of just fund my startup business. And after 6 months, I was down to my last $50 and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. You know, in my mind, I'm like, you know what, this is it. You know, I have to figure something else out. Maybe I would have to go and work on my sales job again. God knows what I have to do. But as my last hope, I decided to take that last $50, pick a specific sector that I wanted to sell my services to, and buy a lead list of that sector. And I told myself, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, I'm fine with it. I'm just going to do my part. And God, please do your part. So I bought that lead list, and every single person that I DM'd and called didn't really give me the feedback that I'm looking for until I was down to my last person. I swear to God, I was down to my last person on that lead list. I DM'd him on LinkedIn and he was like, I'm quite interested. Let's jump on a call. I said, God, thank you. I jump on that call. Prior to jumping on the call, I told myself, God, I did my part. Please do your part. You know, my part in creation is taking action. I'll leave the outcome to you. And I swear to God, I walked out of that sales call with $14,000. Could you imagine going from working for 6 months straight on a business that didn't bring you any results to going down to your last $50 to then spending that $50 and then turning it to $14,000? Most people would call this a dream or something that only lucky people get to experience. I do not call myself lucky. I just understood my part in creation. My part wasn't to make sure that people say yes to me on the sales call or agree to work with me. My job wasn't to force people to be convinced to buy from me. My job wasn't to have a specific outcome turn out my way. My part in creation is to take action and then leave the outcome to God. So in your case, let's say if you're trying to manifest money, take action, but don't worry how it's gonna happen. Build a business without knowing exactly how it's gonna turn out. You don't really need to have a full picture painted. You just need to take action and leave the outcome to God. When you make a YouTube video, don't be so desperate on making sure it's perfect so then you can get over 100,000 views. Do your part and leave the outcome to God. If you're writing a book that you want to sell and publish and get so many sales from, write the book. It doesn't have to be perfect. Promote it on TikTok, for example, and leave the rest to God. As long as you're taking action on your side and you're leaving the outcome to God instead of worrying too much, you will be able to overcome doubt, because you are leaving the biggest part of creation to someone who is much bigger and more powerful than you. Because when you just say, God, I've done my part, you do the rest, there's this sense of relief that floods your entire body. This relief of, I have someone who is very big and powerful on my side who will bring me what I want. And that brings you peace. And since you have peace, there's no room for doubt. If you want to overcome doubt, you have to do two things. One, become aware of a power that's much greater than you. A power that set the law of attraction and the law of assumption and the law of vibration and the law of plurality and all those laws in place. A power that created the universe, a power who created you. And two, surrendering the outcome to that power. So then that power, aka God, can give you exactly what you're looking for. God doesn't reward those who are desperate or so needy. God rewards those who take the necessary action on the physical plane to bring their manifestation into existence, and he rewards those who leave the outcome of that action to him. God loves it when you trust him with everything that you do. If you were to make a simple TikTok about your problem and how you've solved it, and you set your intention around just helping a certain person to also benefit from that video, so helping, like, the same group of people who you can resonate with benefit from that video that you made, and post it on TikTok with the intention to just help people and telling yourself God will take care of the rest, I promise you God will make that video pop off. And that's because of two things. One, you're doing things out of good intention and out of the intention of helping others. And two, because you trusted him to deliver on whatever outcome you wanted to manifest. That's what manifestation is about. That's how you overcome doubt. Now, there's a part of you who don't really take action at all, and that's also one of the many reasons why people go through doubt. I don't want to really talk about that part, but I will say, if you think manifesting is all just about visualizing and embodying and that is it, I hate to break it to you, you will never manifest what you want. If you really want to manifest something into your life, I personally talk about money because that's the only thing that I have experience with. You need to pick the goal, embody the goal as if it's already present, take action to bring that goal into existence, and leave the outcome to God. And if you don't know what to really do to manifest money, you can watch all my past videos. I talk about everything that I've done and everything that I do currently and the business that I'm currently running to manifest money through it. And trust me, I don't run a business where I have to work 18 hours a day. I literally work less than 2 hours every single day with people that I love, and I manifest over $10,000 every single month through that business. That business that I'm currently running did $26,000 at its best month, and that was in July last year. And if you don't believe me, I have proof down below. You can check the link down below. You can see all the proof, so you know that I'm not fluffing around. Feel free to subscribe. You can watch all my past videos, which I know you will benefit greatly from. And if you have any questions that you want me to address, please leave them down below, and I'm more than happy to answer all your questions.